So thank you very much for taking time to join us today. So I am Egami Kenichiro, International Coordinator of Fukuoka Asian Art Museum. So first of all, I would like to thank you very much for joining our online gathering entitled Residence Cross Talk. So the purpose of this online gathering is to talk about the future prospects and the current challenges of artists in residency program in the midst of experiencing the pandemic disaster. So as you already know, the COVID pandemic from 2020 has had a profound impact on the way we have lived, worked, and the way of thinking. For instance, the freedom of movement we have been enjoyed has been lost, and the national borders once again became a high obstacle. This situation has also had a large impact on our artists in residency programs. So for instance, inviting artists to conduct researches and produce artworks in overseas countries have found it very difficult to continue as in the past. And some residency programs have had to be canceled or postponed or just moved to online. So the Fukuoka Asian Art Museum also suspended our residency program last year. And this year, we moved to online one. So in these such a difficult situations, so the problem is how do we rethink the meaning of residency programs and how to make them more meaningful for artists and the host. So to this end, we would like to share the efforts and challenges of each residence program organization in Asian countries, and would like to discuss idea for building future cooperative relations with them. So this is the purpose of this meeting, today's meeting. Now, so we would like to move on the presentation session, and so please, Nakao-san, could you start your presentation from now on?
アジア美術館はこの建物の7階と8階に入っています。で、この建物全部が、アジア美術館ではありません。で、このアジア美術館は1999年に、オープンしました。で、アジアの近代と現代美術を専門的に扱っている美術館です。で、日本においては美術館でアーティスト・イン・レジデンスを本格的に継続的に実施しているところは、ほぼないと思っています。で、アジア美術館は、公立の美術館です。ですので、その予算の、ほぼ、99% は、アジア、福岡、市役所の方から予算を受けています。で、アジア美術館は、普通の美術館の通り、アドミニストレーションのセクションと、展覧会とかコレクションのセクションがあります。で、それ以外に、このアーティスト・イン・レジデンスをするアート・エクスチェンジ、チームというか交流係というのがあります。で、そこでは、大体こう、ラーニングであるとか、レジデンスプログラム、そして、広報活動などを担当しています。で、実はですね、今年から、4月以降のアジア美術館のレジデンスプログラムというのが、だいぶ大きく様変わりすることになりました。で、今回の、こういった、トークの場を、持とうと思った一つの理由としては、この新しいレジデンスプログラムにおいて、アジア各国の、アーティストやレジデンスの施設の人たちと、どういった、連携が できるのかっていうのを、話し合いたかったからです。で、これがですね、実は新しいレジデンスプログラムの、拠点となる場所です。で、ここは、使われなくなった中学校なんですね。で、この中学校自体も、町の中にあるんですけども、今あるアジア美術館に比べるとですね、地面の上にすぐ立っているというので、アクセスは、アジア美術館よりしやすいかもしれないと思っています。で、ここの、学校の跡地に、教室にですね、を使って、スタジオを作ったり、あるいはギャラリースペース、そしてカフェなどを設ける予定です。で、あと、場所が変わる以外にも、招聘するアーティストの人数というのが大幅に増えます。で、現在、昨年までは2人のアーティストをアジアから招聘していたんですけども、今年はですね、それに6人のアーティストが加わって、計8人のアーティストが滞在することになります。で、もう一つ、人数が増えただけではなくて、そのアーティストを呼ぶ国というのが、アジアだけではなくて、日本が含まれるようになりました。で、今考えている予定なんですけども、3期に分かれていて、1期が、ジュライからセプテンバーで、これが2人のアジアからのアーティストを呼びます。で、2期が10月から12月で3人のアーティストを呼びます。1月から3月も3人のアーティストを違う地域から呼ぶんですけども、基本的なアーティストの構成というのはこの左側に書いてある通りなんですけど、1人が海外からのアーティスト、もう1人は日本からのアーティスト、最後の1人が福岡県内のアーティストというふうな構成になっています。で、アジア美術館は、これまで、アジアからのアーティストだけをですね、基本的に招聘してレジデンスプログラムをしていたんですけども、今回はですね、日本のアーティスト、また地元福岡のアーティストも加わるということで、よりアーティストにとっては、面白い、なんかいろんなバックグラウンドを持った人たちが、集まる、場所になるのかなというふうに思っています。で、あとはその滞在期間もですね、それぞれのアーティストが3ヶ月間最大でですね、滞在することができるということで、これはですね、やはりアジア美術館の開館当初、ほぼ同じぐらいか、あるいはそれよりさらにちょっとこう、いい条件になっているんじゃないかなと思っています。で、あとアーティストは基本的には公募で、選ばれますですね。はい。で、あとは、2020年から2021年で、コロナの影響を受けたということなんですけども、アーティスト・イン・レジデンスについては、レジデンスの招聘というのが、完全に延期になりました。ただ、アーティストは、招聘することができないんですけども、オンラインを通じたワークショップというのを何度か開催しています。で、この、オンラインを使ったワークショップには、過去、アジア美術館に、滞在したアーティストにですね、が、先生となってワークショップを行っています。で、これが最後のスライドになるんですけども、例えば、これはベトナムのアーティストが、参加した、ワークショップになりまして、で、日本人の、子供や向けに、開催したんですね。で、普通オンラインでしなかったら、福岡の地元の人しか参加ができないんですけども、オンラインをすることによって、福岡以外の日本の違う都市の家族の方が参加するということがありました。あとですね、こういったオンラインでのワークショップをする、大きなすごいメリットとしては、過去にレジデンスで滞在したアーティストを、講師として呼ぶということなんですよね。で、アジア美術館はこれまで100人を超すアーティストや研究者がレジデンスをしているんですけども、滞在したその後というのは、なかなか、共同のプロジェクトというものができていない状況なんですね。ただ、こういった、オンラインのワークショップを過去の レジデンスしたアーティストと一緒にするということは、彼らたちのネットワークというのをもう一回再構築することにもできますし、あとアーティストが今どういう活動をしているのかってことを知ることもできるので、この点は本当にすごく良かったなと思っています。で、これはささやかな事例なんですけども、コロナが終わった後に、アジア美術館がこの新しいレジデンスプログラムをどういうふうに運営していくのかっていう時のヒントにもなるかなと思っています。やっぱりアジア美術館っていうのはアジア各国のアーティストやスペースたちとのすごく強いネットワークがあると思っているんですよね。で、そのネットワークをいかにして活性化することができるのか。で、そうすることによって、アジア美術館だけじゃなくって、アジアの各地の人たち、あるいは福岡のアーティストたちっていうのが、そのプラットフォームをすごく使ってもらったらすごくいいと思ってるんですよね。で、そういったやり方について、何がすごくいいやり方なのかっていうのを、今日少し意見交換できてたら嬉しいなと思っています。
So the second presentation will be from Cambodia. The Lim Sokchanlina, the director, co-founder of Sasa Arts Project, and Dara and the residency coordinator of the Sasa Arts Project. So we would like to welcome them for sharing their activities and experiences.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much to the Fukuoka Asian Art Museums that invite us social art projects to give presentations about our programs, and especially about the residencies program at social art project in Phnom Penh, Cambodia. And I myself is Lim Sokchanlina, is the co-founder of social art project, and I had my colleague Dara, who is really the persons behind residency programs. We had started social projects in 2010 at the White Building, one of the historical sites in Phnom Penh. The building was built as a modern architects during 50s and 60s. It was first for bankers and officers working in the bank, but later on, the building itself, apartment itself, offered to artists, theaters, musicians, and officers working in the art. We do many community projects based on that in the white buildings. Those is very specific for us. And also we did residency program, also is part of our projects among many other projects in the white building community as well. And here is our co-founders. We previously, 6 of us are co-founder, reading from the left, who we had Kung Wole, Woodlino, Hein Ravut, Kwai Samnang, myself, and Wandi Ratana. Those we are as a collective still Salapa, and we were started in 2007. Just to bring back a little bit, social art projects found in 2010. Yeah, Dara yung tamutira. So this is what our active member is. Only 3 of us. From the left is Kwai Samnang, myself, and also Woodlino. Recently we are 3, and we start from there. So from our program in the white building, we have different kind of projects and events we organize. At that time, we was having also collaboration projects and events, artist in residency, education workshop, and talk. And there are some small exhibition. But also our man is also artist in residency. That is our signatures. So after the white building was demolished in 2017, we have to move to a new location near genocide museums, and we have to focus on slightly different approach. Is that we have to focus on exhibition as well, because we focus to work with young generation rather than community on exhibition. And our new goal is focusing on young generations, basically. Yeah.
Thank you for everyone to introduce for the program. Maybe I think some of you maybe doesn't know me. So my name is Dara. I'm born in Phnom Penh province, live and work in Phnom Penh, capital city of Cambodia. Actually, I'm the former of Sasa Art Project student since 2009, where I'm also work as a residency coordinator for about 5 years. So basically, I think maybe Shulun, maybe you maybe know what about Sasa Art Project a lot, because we was working together some projects in Taitung. So basically, I will be actually the program of the residency is a man of a program in our social art project program, which is because we was running in 2010 that for about the residency program, but we was have the like as opened it as the public for the artists is in 2013. So since that time until now, we was able to host the artists in Southeast Asia and in other in Cambodia and also our neighbor in Southeast Asia. As we hosting like about 46 artists already that we were able to work with. So basically the artist residency is we give an artist to work as for experimental residency program, which is the artist not to produce as an exhibition. So we ask an artist to do more on experimental residency, explore more different art media and involve with the community. So basically our residency program, which is we not ask the artist to do as apply as like as open call. So which is most likely for us, we do as invitation to the artist to join our program, which is that some artists, they also apply to us, but we probably review all the application and then who is the artist that is also mergeable to our program. So we able to invite to join our program. Basically our program, since before we able to give the artist for only around 6 weeks for the program for the residency, but since we moved to, and then we want to expand to the period of the residency to be as a 2-month residency instead. So far, we to the artists that we invite to join the program, we ask them to have 2 different kind of main point, which is the finance provision and supporters. Finance is we provide us like allowance and also artist material, and support, which is like we give us accommodation, studio, and facility, and also part-time administration support. And for the public event, we probably in general we give the artists for 2 public events. One is an artist talk when they arrive the social art project, and then the second one is the art open studios for an artist. But for the optional, some of those artists, they also would like to do art and workshop, lectures to the community with our students, also kindly collaborate as well. Maybe I get back a little bit because I didn't mention. So for residency program, we not only to do art and writing artists, we also do art collaboration and exchange residency between that so far when we do with Japan, Sapporo, we do with South Africa, we do as in New York City as well. So for almost 2 years, that is as the COVID pandemic coming to around the world, which is the artist species organization, also the company NGO, they will be not able to do a lot of public program, which is they have to do in postpones. Many artists cannot be interacted. Exhibition may be accessible by appointments, postponed, shift from the physical residency to virtual residency instead, which is, and also most of the public event of the Sasa Art Project, mainly we do ask to do as like by appointment instead during of the COVID pandemic. Since 2019, we that time we was invitation 3 artists from Southeast Asia, and then the COVID pandemic can be not able to host the artists from international, so we shift from the to focus on the local artists instead. So basically, I just would like to introduce some of the artists that was 2 things. One is before pandemic and then after pandemic. So Anurak Thanjapali is the artist from Chiang Mai in Thailand. So he's come to residency at also art project for 6 weeks in 2019. So the picture and installation of that is by when he's do the opening studios and also performance. During that time, he was do a lot of experiment residency, exploring with the community, and also inspiring a lot from the night and also the lighting along the road in the cities. So Pradalin, she's our former student from the contemporary art class. So when after the student got graduate from Sasa Art Project, we also not to keep it just to finish and graduate. We also able to invite to the student that they are more like observing, more like talented, more to curious about art. So that's why we invite to Pradalin to join our residency after they graduate from Sasa Art Project. So this is the artist from Sujin Jang from Korea, US. So she was a residency at Sasa Art Project since 2019. And Chun Kim Lee is our contemporary art student as well. So that is during that time actually is her residency is a bit struggle because during of the residency hit to the during of when she was residency, which is that we could not open for her as in public like in general, but most likely we tried appointments. Yeah. So basically during of the residency, that is when that time we was collaboration working one of the art species in Philippines, that is we was do online residency, which is we do collaboration 3 artists from Cambodian and 3 artists from Philippines. So well, for this residency, which is like we not only to give the artists to do to create by their own artwork, which is we give the artists to exploring different media, and also the thing another is we do as an artist as a pair. So they have so totally we have 6 artists. So which is one group we have 2 artists, 1 Cambodian and 1 Philippine. So basically the project is most of our main program, which is we working on the history. So all the artwork and artists, they need to make an artwork as like combining about the art history and also about the Khmer Rouge. So the name of the project is called Visualizing History. So that you may know is the name is would be like Joe and July, they are in one group. So which is they have 3 groups, and the project is running by Social Art Project, Lonalito, and the Museum Collective in Philippines. That is our Visualizing History team, so including an artist. So during that time, we not able to, the artists can meet each other by by face. So we do as an by Zoom meetings and discussion. So those artists, they have to be like working by mirrors. And also that time we have Sophia and Anna as organizer from Museum Collective, that both of them will come to Cambodian for along the process as well. So that time both artists, they need to communicate and they have to create as an artwork in 2 countries, which is they have to communicate and share the experience and create a work as one, just like one artwork. It's not an individual work. For those residency, it's not only the artists to communicate and create an artwork, but we also to do as a public events, which is we invite the lectures. We do the arts and lectures. We invite the artists, some local, international to presentation and share those experience as well to all the artists. So here is the visualizing history opening at social art project, which is that time we are able to ship all the artwork from Philippines to exhibition in Phnom Penh. That time is good that that artwork is able to exhibition together with the artist from Cambodian, but which is the artist from Philippines cannot able to come to Phnom Penh because of the quarantine and also like a lot of expense. So here is some of the view from for the artwork during of the exhibition. So during that time we try to find as a funding, so which is that we cannot housing much an artist during of the pandemic, which is we try to find as a solution as well.
So we will be moving on the next one, and the presenter Shurun Wu-san from Taiwan, Taitung, and the director of the Taitung Down Artist Village.
Hi everyone, I'm Shurun, and we are doing this art project as well in Taitung Dao Artist Village. Actually, we came from Taiwan, the East Coast area. It's not the city side. We are in very suburb countryside. And this artist village was established because of a dream. The dream is kind of like we want to open the borders of the village that comes from the one very interesting project in Taitung Jingzhen, the village of consciousness that caused it's very organic style, and it's 20 years ago. So what we are doing, the story of this one is there's some of the artists and they came back from their hometown, or they just moved to the Taitung, this piece of very local area, then trying to do something what they're thinking. So they collection they just get together maybe over 20 over 20 or 10 more and more. So they go into a beach, which you guys looks this one, the right side of photos, the nearby these neighborhoods. There's no electricity, there's no waters. They built their home there. And so they're living there, no water, no electricity for 3 months. So everybody who is interested in, they're going to join them so they can make their own house there. And then after that, they stay there 3 months and they built their homestay, and they also built some of the artworks on the beach, which that sign have lost driftwood and nearby the oceans. So they make an exhibition there. And what I shared before some photos is this is what they are doing exhibition on the beach. But you know, the exhibition is very organic too. There's no beginning, because when artists started doing something, then finished, build the artwork on the beach, then the exhibition beginning. Then when typhoon come, just take it away, that is ending. So it is very, very different style. as like inside of the museum. So this is very interesting. And this one will be build their hometown and then build a space at the left side, and the right side is the area, the neighborhood, what it looks like. It really still looks like this now. And now they are celebrating the 20 years of this kind of anniversary of the consciousness village. So after 20 years, now they are still go back to the area, then build their own house again. Now it's still keeping happening. Okay, and extend the spirituality of the village of consciousness. That's why we want to break the restriction of the border, because we know all the artists village might have their own space, small area, but for our area, we think where the artist it is, and it will be the place for being an artist village. So it's more organic for us in the East Coast side, because we service for the artists who come here residency. We arrange them to maybe Hualien or Taitung. We are located in the East Coast. So we have a lot of partners nearby the East Coast. We arrange them to living at the which area they're interesting. We will find a neighborhood inside of the community. Maybe they can living there and stay there and working with the local peoples or local artists. And we also were helping them to borrow the local artists' art space that maybe can doing some artworks with the local artists too. So it's kind of very organic style. And what we have is we are beginning, we have a non-profit organization. It means we didn't get any fundings from the government. We find the funding by ourselves, and we artists make money by ourselves. Then we support small by small. That is the beginning of the artist residency, and we cooperation with the different artist village in Taiwan, such like Bamboo Garden Studio, or now is the art residency analyze association in Taiwan, and also TAV, Taipei Artist Village too. So we cooperation with them, and some artists will come from their artist village and come to our space and residency. And we didn't really focus, before we didn't really focus on how artists want to stay here. Maybe they come here 4 days, 5 days research, or a week. We will all host them as well. And this is our area and neighborhood. We have some issues. We have mountain, we have ocean, we got lots of musician, music, indigenous cultural, many social issues. And cooperation with the local studios and the residency project as well. We also cooperation with other artists village too. We are very organic. Artists everywhere. So we believe that. So any place along the East Coast to be the artist village, because artist is here, so it's there. So we helping the young local artists too to make their own exhibitions, and those exhibitions actually we are we find the funding. Sometimes we supporting them a little bit, but not just money. Maybe we also supporting them a space, and some friends supporting the printing their the post or whatever. So it's very many local people we support with each other. The funding is not only money like this, and also is the resource, we share it. So this is our neighborhood environment, and it's very ocean and mountainside. You are indigenous people cultures in this neighborhood, which sometimes artists residency here can join their ceremony and in June. And we got lots of social issue, because in the local area we have a milk issue. We have the BOT of the nearby the East Coast. Some artists are super busy in the local artists. We are doing against the government to develop the beach also. Okay, So this is the story of the consciousness village. That's why the art is happening here, because there's an artist who joined the events of the fighting with the development of the oceans. And this artist, which you saw where the crowd, that one, he is very sad for that one. And he living the Dula village, then that's his shooting son and jumped out from the ocean and passed away. So that's the local people started to get angry about this area, because he got very good relationship with the Amis tribe people, which in our neighborhood. And that's why the local community can working with the artists together. This is the beginning of what very early the art situation in the our east coast of Taitung. Okay, so our space is located in the southeast of Taiwan, which means Hualien and the Taitung, these two counties. And this year we adventured to Green Island, so it will be a big space, big area. So we are not just located in one space. Of course, we have the database area. We have the base. Here is our base, and it's such like Fukuoka have want to have a cafe. We already opened the cafe. So as our office, and for the artists can hang out, and also you can get many different services, even the introduction of the local environments, the area is also can be here. And when we have a meeting, we're not meeting in the office, we're meeting at the cafe. So that's a different style. And the outdoor is like at the right side corner, this one is the outdoor, looks like have some artists artwork outside. And the artist residency space, this is one of our dormitory, and can accept the left side is our dormitory, can accept it. The artists can residency inside, they can live in here. But if they don't want to live in here, they want to stay in other villages, arrange to go to stay there, because the East Coast is long. We are maybe 174 kilometers far. So it's very, very far away. So we did this as well. So we also cooperation with different artists and also different countries, the Grand Artist Residency Project, which in India. And also we are doing some art festival, two different art festival in Taiwan too. We will bring them to each different villages to feel about the local area. And this is, we took the Japanese artists. The up one is which took the Japanese artists from Hokkaido. And we bring them to the mountains and pick up the coffee beans and have some fun with the local villagers, because we are the farming and the fishing area. So also we're indigenous people's house villages, and some of our friends, they are very welcome to the artists who want to know the local cultures more. It's supposed to be together with the local people. So somehow, sometimes they also living in their house as a guest, and they will bring them to maybe go hunting or learn something weaving stuff or make a pottery with them. It's all the different thinkings. And here's some artists. This is Jintanis from Indonesia and Sweden. And we will have artists talk in the local space, which not in our artist village, because sometimes it's more interesting when we arrange them to the local space and can also involve with the local more. And we have workers can helping them, then bring them to the beach, to whatever you want to do in the artists come here. You can do the cultural exchanging artworks or drinking beer, barbecue, relax, but full of art energy. We believe this is also bring the energy for the art. That's very important, which we are making the artist residency project. And at the 2015, we beginning in 2012. in 2015, we started to participate and organize the East Coast Living Art Festival and also the Taiwan East Coast Land Arts Festival. I believe that the Dara and Hirofumi-san been there. So, and we do this for since 2015 until now. Still, we are organizing now because and somehow in 2015 started 16, we are the partners of the people who have this fundings. And then 2017, we started to hold all the project and organizing everything when in the Taiwan East Coast Land Art Festival. So we got many art exchanging project more since 2017. We come from the local community. So we care about the local environment too. So the way to travel could be different like this. That's why, because we are holding the East Coast Land Art Festival, our sponsors came from the Taiwan East Coast Tourism Bureau. And it means they are supporting for tourism. Our area is a tourism area because we can't stop the people come to travel. So we need to open mind and find some different opportunity to let them know about the locals and can take care about the local area more. And then from that, we can put the art resource inside of the environment and can together with the local people who come travel or who living here is kind of a bridge to that the people understand the local more. And it's open. Also, we find out one thing is people didn't really understand arts if we don't explain this to them. So we open many chances to that the people to close with us and understand the arts more. And also from this, we trying to suggestion to the government with art because before they are very boring travel style. Now we put the art travel together, and that the people come here to travel can know the more local issues and through the art can have the different side of sightseeing in this area. And also for the local people, we can helping for the community can have the economic upgrade. Because here, if you are not a farmer, a farmer and a fisherman is not really good income. And the local people didn't have many chance can making money. So we trying to use art as a bridge, as a way to attract people come here. The people come here travel, they will also spend less money when they stay here. So it's we run here 7 years. It works now. Then if we didn't hold the art festival, then the people were very disappointed. Because there's nobody will come travel and they don't have income. So that is very interesting things. The Taiwan East Coast Land Arts Festival brings the different resource for the local community too, through the art and the link with the sightseeing, and also become a bridge when we can talking with the government, give the fundings, and also it's good friendly to the neighborhood.
So we need to kind of move on as quickly to Matsuzaki-san, final presenter.
はじめまして、松崎と言います。ちょっと最初に簡単に自己紹介をさせていただくと、広島の市立大学で、油絵を勉強した後、ハノーファーというドイツのハノーファーで、学びました。で、その後、クンストハウスタヘレスというベルリンのアートスペースで、滞在制作を行ってました。で、その後2009年に、糸島に帰ってきて、スタジオクラを設立しました。で、向こうに行った時いくつかの国際的なレジデンスプログラムにアーティストとして参加して、そこでいろんなアーティストに会っ ってインスピレーションを得て自分でもアーティスト・イン・レジデンスをやってみたいなと思って、糸島でレジデンスを2007年から始めました。糸島っていうのがこの右側の福岡市から電車で約40分ほど離れたこの丸のところにあります。蔵のアーティスト・イン・レジデンスのスペースとしてこの今壱岐山駅から、降りたところと、蔵の周辺に3つ家があって、そこでアーティストたちが滞在制作をしています。アーティストランと言っていいのかわからないんですけど、自分のお金でやってるので事業をいくつかやってまして、アーティスト・イン・レジデンスの他に幼稚園とか保育園に、先生を派遣する美術教育事業と、あとファブラボ事業というのもやってます。で、アーティスト・イン・レジデンスは、これまで約30カ国300名以上のアーティストが滞在しました。美術教育の方では福岡県と佐賀県に20個の僕たちの教室があって、それとは別に幼稚園とか保育園とかと契約して先生を派遣してて、だいたい月120回ぐらいアートのワークショップを園とかでやってます。電子工作教室っていうのもやってて、子どもたちにプログラミングを教えたりしてます。でこれをやってるので、結構メディアアート系の人とかが来たら僕たちがそういう制作のサポートとかを手伝ったりもしてます。でファブラボ事業というのを2年前のコロナが始まってから始めました。なぜかというとアーティストが全く来れなくなって、でこれからどうしようと思った時に、また今までとは違うコミュニティの人々ともつながっていこうと思ってこれを始めたんですけど、今ではそういう建築とかデザインとかやってる人とか、あと DIY でなんか作りたい人とかも蔵に来るようになりました。またコロナが終わって、そういう今来てる人たちとアーティストが同じ空間でなんか作りながら、またそこからなんか新しいことが生まれてきたらいいなと、出会いとかですね、何か生まれたらいいなと思ってやってます。でこういうやつとかをいっぱい作って、なんか芸術村みたいになったらいいなと思ってます。あとシェアオフィスっていうのを福岡市のソイトっていうシェアオフィスを運営してる会社があるんですけど、そこと提携してて、そこのオフィスで働いている人が時々蔵に来て仕事したり、またこっちにいるアーティストが向こうのシェアオフィスに行ってなんか交流したりっていうのもしてます。はい。で、なかなかやっぱ田舎なので、アーティストが地元の人に会う機会が限られてるので、こういう、ちょっとした工夫というかをしながら、なんかこう、外国のアーティストがローカルの人に会える場を作っていこうと思ってやってます。で、これがスタジオになってます。結構滞在しに来たはずのアーティストも手伝ってくれて、一緒にスタジオを作ったり、家を改装したりしてます。すいません。で、大体滞在は1ヶ月から2ヶ月なんですけど、滞在の最後に成果を発表する展覧会を行ってます。はい、で、あと地元の人、子供が多いんですけど、子供へのワークショップをやってます。これは台湾のシュールンさんが送ってきたアーティストの方がいるときに、ちょうど社会科見学に蔵に僕たちが来ることがあって、その時に台湾のこととか自分の作品のことを紹介してくれた時の様子です。はい、あとなんて言うんでしょう、アーティストランのレジデンスなんですけど、意外と海外とのつながりもあって、シンガポールのレジデンスプログラムとか、あとスペインのビスカヤ県っていうとこと提携してて、そこからバスク地方のアーティストを受け入れたりですね、あとオーストラリアのメルボルンのアジアリンクっていうのも毎年アーティストを 送ってきてます。あと、タイトンのシュールンさんのところからアーティストが来るはずだった気がするんですけど、来なくて、こっちから今ここにいる牧園くんが、滞在制作をしに行きました。で、滞在した人は、これはベルリンの写真家だったんですけど、糸島っていう写真集を出したり、あとスペインのアーティストはクラに来た後、その後瀬戸内トリエンナーレに参加するようになった人もいます。来た人が帰った後、自分の地元がシュトゥットガルトなんですけど、糸島とか糸とかにインスパイアされて、糸というアートスペースを始めた人もいます。あとなんかネットワークっていうのの意味もあるって言ってました。あとレジデンスに来た後、福岡のことが気に入ってロンドンから引っ越してきた人とかもいます。だいたい滞在中は10人ぐらいが同時に滞在してるので、いろんな技術とかを持ったアーティストがいるので、それぞれがなんかその技術の交換とかをやってます。で、2007年から約14年ぐらいやってるんですけど、地元のゴミ捨て場が気がついたらなんか英語にちょっと変わってたりとかですね、ちょっとずつ地域が変わっていった様子がいくつかあります。あとなんか地元のおじさんがなんか勝手になんかご飯とか持ってきてなんか一緒に食べたりとか、あと毎週火曜日に、地元の公民館を借りて英語教室を子どもたちはやってます。今でもやってます。でこの人は地元の焼き鳥屋さんのメニューを全部英語に翻訳して居酒屋にプレゼントしてくれます。あとこれは僕らの活動の成果どうかは定かではないんですけど、100メートル先ぐらいに額縁屋さんができ始めたり、カフェができたりし始めて、もしかして僕たちの活動も少しは関係あるのかなと思ってます。4年ほど前から佐賀県の武雄市というところでもアーツ糸屋というスペースを始めました。あと2012年から糸島国際芸術祭糸島芸能というのを2年に1回やり始めました。レジデンスを始めてから、結構そういう美術に興味がある人とかが少しずつ集まってきてくれるようになって、そこからなんとなく自然発生的に始まった芸術祭で、この間で5回目が終わりました。これも本当は2020年にあるはずだったんですけど、コロナで1年延期になって、去年もコロナ禍ではあったんですけど、無事開催できました。こんな感じの作品が。で、これもセルフファンディングの芸術祭なので、お金が全然ないので、展覧会で展示した作品をオークションに出したりして、次回の芸術祭の資金にしてます。あとトークイベントをやったり、地元の農産物を商品として販売したりもしてます。そうですね。ちょっと駆け足でしたけど、ここら辺までで終わりたいと思います。
話を聞いてて、2つ関心が特にあったんですけど、1つは、オンラインレジデンスについてで、ですね、特にササアートプロジェクトでフィリピンとカンボジアのオンラインレジデンスをしていたのが、1つ少し聞きたいなと思ったことと、もう1つは、その会社とか、あるいはその NGO とか、そういうところとコラボレーションをしてすることについてですね。例えば、ササアートプロジェクトであったりとか、タイトンのアートスペースが、もちろんそのローカルの中で企業とかと一緒に何かこうファンディング をなんかこう得るための試みっていうのがあるかもしれないですけど、そういうのが、あるいはなんか福岡、日本のそういったこうクリエイティブななんか会社と何か一緒にやることで、そういったこう資金面でなんかいいことがなんかあるのかなというのを聞きたいと思います。
I think for social art projects we had been discussing in the idea of having cafe also, you know, a little, you know, I don't know, unique or art small cocktail bar or something like that within social art project itself, but we cannot find partners because ideally for social art projects we generally don't want to depend all the time to funding. I mean, you know, local, international funding. Instead, we want to try our best to, you know, sustainable ourselves through generate through, you know, different kind of channels, like, you know, having exhibition and selling artwork, doing auction, and, you know, this idea of cafe and or a little bar at the evenings. The cafe could also generate the whole days, but that coffee shop could be, you know, a little bar at the evening, you know, happy hours and bit late at night, something like that. But those really require of space to do one, and also another is partner who willingness to be in social art projects, who willingness to also taking care of the, I mean, responsible the cafe and those kind of bar itself. But yeah, again, we cannot find the right partner, and for our team ourselves, we cannot do it because we don't want our team to you know, doing, I mean, one is make work for us and then at the evening start to have their own coffee shop and everything. This is going to be too much, and it's an overlap timings and responsibles and stuff like that. We definitely think of this, but it's not reality yet. Yeah, so hopefully in the future, ideally for us is what is the best way for us to, you know, survive and sustainable in different sources. Yeah.
In Cambodia, Lina, is there any discussion of connecting artists with like local business, like sending artists to like local corporations to give some kind of creative exchange, or producing something together with the artist and local business? Is there such movement?
Yeah, there is some emerge, but tend to be very design, very you know, there is a cafe in Future Factory, there is cafe including with different entrepreneur, you know, small shop and every other thing, but also cafe in there, exhibition hall, different kind of program of art run by, not by us, but other you know, who is American, who's been here for so long. She also run her cafe herself, but also she run art events, and some of our students got an award from their art event, so they had, you know, an festival just recently. So that's such also those things is really happen, yeah. But it's not always it's very programming, you know, it's rather than like it's there and then you can just go all the time. It's quite temporary and it's not stable. Say that. But they you know, we also trying, you see, it's still in the process of experiment, finding the best way, and especially what is the sustainable way, you know, earning from that kind of collaboration And yeah, it's really hard time. COVID is hits very hard to a lot of business, especially art business and you know, entrepreneur who deal with the art and shops and stuff like that. Yeah. Hopefully it's come back, you know.
Yes, indeed, we did this a lot. And now the festival also become very famous now. So the travel agents, they make the tour trip, and they wanted some resource when they can introduce their customers. So they cooperation with us. So we sell the tickets for this year. We sell concert. One concert, we sell the tickets for the people, and also we working with the talk with the travel agency, the companies, several, I think maybe over 5. So they make their own art tours. They come here, then we bring the resource, the platform, and engage with the local artists. Actually, the artists, they can do the small like a DIY or workshop in maybe 1 hour or 2 hours. So they can create their new business models. And this we all like that very like platform. We just engage both of them. Then the travel agents, they can design the tours inside of the of this stuff, and they will come to cafe and asking if we have any options for them to do this kind of works. And they also need some elements put inside of their tour trip. And also they will asking us maybe service them for cafe or drinks or some small dessert, which also the making food, local making food people have more chance too. And we will maybe engage some good food, or then all happening in cafe. So the travel agents, they will be happy to come here because they are also confused and very lazy for our East Coast. It's not easy to get those information. So this cafe become like a consulting centers. We are also engage the business models and with the local artists, farmers or performers sometimes. And it will be, now it's keeping going on. Like this year, I already have 3 travel agent company come to contact us, see if we are able can cooperation with them and make some maybe introduction of the we can understand and hear more artwork stories, and they pay very well. And we also use our artworks, maybe doing some a little bit performance for the giant puppy. They're paying very well for those shows. Not shows, it's just like a welcome them to come here. They want a special thing. So we already did this, I think it's over 3 years, and more opportunities come out to us. So it's kind of opened some different ways to just that the people involved with the art and the environment and understand the East Coast life more. And we like a platform and the information centers, and somehow that's that tourist center in different part for service for the travel for the people to come travel. Now we suggestion the government need to give more space or change the style inside. So now inside is more like kind of museum for the East Coast artists. So artists artwork put there more and more and more, and we make one small galleries inside of the tourist center. This is which we cooperation with the travel agent, the locals, and also working with the government people. Just release the space. We will make it good for you, and you will have many resources, can introduction for the different travel people or people who is really want to understand these art festival or the local artists or the local environments, where can find the good food, where have the more art events can join it. It's more like this function now.
カンボジアとフィリピンのアーティストがオンラインレジデンスしてるじゃないですか。だけどトピックとしてはカンボジアの歴史だとしたら、なんかそのカンボジアのアーティストをなんか教える側で、で、そのフィリピンのアーティストっていうのは学ぶ側みたいな感じで、なんかちょっとこう対等じゃないなと思って、その何かそのフィリピンのアーティストも、例えば自分たちの歴史を教えるとか、何かこう、もう少しこう対等な関係で学び合うっていう風なレジデンスだったのかどうかっていうのをちょっと聞きたいなと思ったのと、その実際やってみて、なんか、なんていうのかな、もっともっとやっぱりやりたいって思えるものなのか、やっぱりちょっといまいちだったのかっていうか、その実感として教えてほしいな。
Maybe now I understand about the question. So actually, the program is kindly in accident that we probably can be hosting this program, which is that one is when Sophie and Anna from Museum Collective, they are email us like because they are in accidents coming to the Cambodian when they ask research about the Khmer Rouge, about the Cambodian history, and then they first want to combining about the art histories. So and then they known about Sasa project, and then they ask us like what we can share and what we can work together. And then during that time, we proposed them to do as exchange residency and workshop. So and then during that time, we didn't finalize how we gonna work together, what is the program we're gonna do, how we figured out how the artists can work together. And then we coming up call as open call to the artists. So which is the artists can interested to work together between country and between Philippines and Cambodians, which is the artists apply, they know about what is a project for, because we announced it like this is about history, about visualize, about memorizing, about the between country and country. But furthermore, before I go ahead, just let you know that it's not only focused about the Cambodian history, it is from both sides. So which is the artists from Philippines and artists from Cambodian, they share those experience together along the way of the process, which is they not only make the artwork only about Cambodian thing. This is also Cambodian and Philippines. So which is they are, those work is combining and mergeable to the projects. And maybe I can go through a little bit about maybe I can share the screen. So which is that you able to see the what is the program a little bit. I can go through on. So actually the program which is the so this is the man of that I can tell is the thing is when we coming up about this, because we probably thinking about how the situation, what is to happen in this year and then this year of the Cambodia and Philippines, which is they have something similar of the year and something similar of the problem thing. And then when the artists of Philippines, they want to share about their like protests, what this year of election, and then the Cambodian also have the similar years and which is the same history, and then they share those experience and combining to create their works, which is something that they able to understand each other's. Yeah. So and then maybe on the second question, which is that that is the first time also so a project also organization in Philippines that they was to do like as an online, because like you know when you work as a on the using the Zoom meeting and create as the work like by the actually is the artwork is in the Philippines side and Cambodian side, but they most likely they're sharing by digital thing. So which is they have to do every week, they have to do a Skype meeting every week. So which is they share those experience and then they combining what you want to interested, and then they for example like Philippines, they want to understand about the history of the Khmer Rouge. Cambodian artists, they send those information to Philippines by email, and then something like can split those ideas. Yeah. The thing is, we know one of the artist pairs which is they still work together now, some on projects. They still communication, so they want to do something together next step, and which is now we ask myself, I'm also still communication with the organizer in Philippines. So right now it's a little bit struggle about the COVID situation that it's difficult for us to travel to Philippines, but we're going to try to find a solution to bring a change another program.
So thank you so much again for your kind participation this online meeting, and definitely stay in touch and in the near future. So we look forward to make the future program working together. じゃあ、ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
はい、ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care. Driving back.
Yeah.